From the News Channel 5 Network, this is Out and About Today. Sponsored by the Tennessee Performing Arts Center.
Hello, I'm Chuck Long, and welcome to a special edition of Out and About Today. We are taking a look at diversity in country and Americana music. Joining us for the entire show is one of our and Music City favorites, singer-songwriter Steff Mahan. Steff is co-founder of the upcoming and one-of-a-kind ArtemisFest Music Festival. ArtemisFest is an event with a big mission, providing a diverse lineup of talent to celebrate women in Americana music. And here to give us all the details, the aforementioned Steff Mahan. Great to see you as always.
Seeing you. How are you doing?
Excellent. It's always a fun show. I know we're going to have a fun show. And this show, we're also going to get into some kind of deep subjects.
Yeah.
You ready? You got
I'm
your
just
deep
warning you,
pants?
I might cry.
Okay.
Because I get so sad about it.
Yeah. There's a lot to talk about along this. And kind of tell me, let's start with ArtemisFest.
Yeah.
What are the origins? How did this come about?
You know, I got tired of listening to all these great, because I like to go out and find new music, and I'll do shows or a festival, and I'll see these great artists, and no one's ever heard of them. And they're just wonderful, but they never get anything. You know, some of them they might be women of color, they might be overweight, they might be too old. There's always a reason. And so we said, you know what? We have to stop that. They're talented, they need to be heard. And so we did it.
This is great. So let's first talk about the lineup this year, because I mean, it really is a great lineup of artists.
Oh, yeah.
So we've got local legend Frankie Staten, country soul singer Jonelle Mosser, also local legend Steff Mahan.
Wow.
So vocal powerhouse Rachel Rodriguez, newly signed KRS artist Maya Byrne. We've got the Stone country vocalist Valerie Ellis Hawkins, and then multiple award-winning spoken word phenom Love Mitten Sparks.
Oh God,
and then Devin Day's going to MC it.
Yeah, Devin Day's going to MC, and I love her. She's just great. You guys are friends.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So love Devin. So this is going to be on Ada Mae's farm in Madison, Tennessee on October 8th.
There is 47 acres out in the middle of Madison, literally about 5 miles from downtown. Who knew?
I mean, this is going to be the perfect time of year too, October 8th.
Yeah.
I mean, that's fall at its best.
Last year, no one got hot. Everyone brought a little lawn chair, and it was just, and you literally left with just, oh, I love everybody. It was really fun.
Let's talk a little bit about some of the artists that are coming. So for those that might not be familiar, like Jonelle Mosser. I mean, Jonelle's been in town for, you know, she's sung with everybody.
Yep.
Incredible writer, incredible powerhouse vocalist.
And people have come here to sing with her.
Yeah.
Like, you know, Rigo Starr wanted to play drums for her.
Right.
I mean, what?
Yeah.
Yeah, so
we've got Jonelle. Let's talk a little bit about Mitten Sparks.
Oh, God. The first time I saw her was several years ago, and she was just getting started on this. And I was like, oh, my God. And you get entranced in what she's saying. And it's going to be different because it's not music. She'll have maybe some music behind her, but she won't. It's spoken word, but she is hilarious. She will knock your socks off.
Now, tell me, too, when you said, you know, some of the people, they can't get that music out there. You know, it's like hard because whether it's age, whether it's, you know, all these different factors. So what kind of prompted you to say, you know what, we are going to have a festival for everyone?
Because I got tired. You know, when I came out, I had a deal on a major label, and that was going to be the next big thing. And then I came out, and they tore up the contract, and I lost my publishing. I lost everything because I was gay. I wasn't any less talented, and that really broke my heart. And I lived with that for a few years, and then I was like, nuh-uh, this is not fair. So I just decided to do something like this, and I called Kathy Stamps and Kelly, who owns it, Kelly Boyd, who owns it, and my wife, Beth, is on the board, and us four just knocked it out. And last year was our first year. We had 250 attendees.
Now, tell me, too, first year, kind of like, were you afraid you were going to get like 10, 15 people, and then suddenly you know,
yes,
you get this big crowd? Yeah.
Because, I mean, we do spend some money. We try to get sponsors and stuff, if anybody out there wants a sponsor. But, you know, we were afraid we were going to lose our asses. We were going to be, like, carrying barrels and suspenders around, but we didn't. So,
how was the first year? So,
oh, my God.
Tell me about the experience.
We worked our butts off, and it was so hard, but everyone's like, oh my God, yeah, I want to do that. And then all of a sudden, these people were coming to us. We didn't have to go search for people anymore. We had it was like Shelley Fairchild did it last year. Jonelle and me did it last year. Do you know who, now I can't think of all their names, but some great, wonderful artists who are going to be somebody huge.
And too, I think one of the things that people often think is you have to have radio to have a career. That's really no longer the case.
No. You know, and it's, if you're willing to work and go out there in your car and travel around, you will get a fan base. I did it. And, you know, often when I think, oh, I could have been the next big thing, that would have broke my heart, because you can't meet 40,000 people. You can meet 100 people or 200 people. And I love people. And I think that if people just keep going and be willing to sit on, you know, sleep on a couch or whatever, it's wonderful to do that.
And we're getting, it's not there, and we're going to talk about this in the next segment, but country's getting a little more diverse, country music. I mean, we have Brooke Eden, you know, an out lesbian artist, which is great. Whether or not she gets on radio remains to be seen, but hopefully, knock on wood. Harper Gray, she's been here, and we love Harper. So,
I love her.
And then diverse, we're getting a little more color in country music. But the thing that was interesting to me, though, is, you know, unfortunately, and again, I know it's one step forward, two steps back, but the CMA nominations come out yesterday. So we're hoping for a more diverse lineup. There was only one person of color nominated, and they were nominated in like a vocal event, not even a solo nomination. So what's it going to take? I mean,
I have no idea. Until all the good old boys get out of the radio and everything else, I guess. I don't know. These closed-minded Christians.
Yeah.
I don't know. My friends who are Chapel Hart, they're great, and they were on America's Got Talent. They're so good. And they were sobbing, and they were like, why aren't you famous, blah, blah, blah. And they were like, because country music doesn't look like us.
And that's what we're going to have to change.
Oh my God, we do. We need to change it. And we just have to, you know, we can't be weird with it. People don't want weird. They just get out there and be ourselves, because we're really pretty wonderful.
Yeah, absolutely.
I've never met any icky people. And, you know, this CMA did have a gay stage this year.
Right.
And I get to play it. And
tell me about that. How?
Oh, my God. Talk about full of love. And it was just so... and that's one thing about us, gay people. When we come together as a group, we love each other. And if you're straight in the audience, you feel that, and it hits you, and you're like, oh, my God, this is great. I love gay people.
And their support, too.
Oh.
I mean, more than ever.
Yeah, they really are. And I think that... you know, I got married a couple years ago because they were talking about taking the gay rights away of getting married. So we got married kind of, you know, quickly. But I've got so many friends who would not let that happen. Some straight friends, you know?
And even talking about CMA Fest, Tanya Tucker, when she came out headlining, I mean, she came out with the rainbow, and she was all about, the gay community.
That's what it's going to take. It's going to take people who are brave enough to speak up and say, you know what? This is how it needs to be.
Yeah, I agree. All right, well, up next on this special edition of Out and About Today, Steff and I discuss the fallout from the Maren Morris, Tucker Carlson, Brittany Aldean transphobic comments controversy. So come on back with us.